redshirted last year, so we can play him. But everybody else, we don't have a whole lot of guys in that situation, to be perfectly honest.
Coach, are the players focus on the future and not worry about the past?
I think the players have been focused the entire season, to be perfectly honest. We've had some turnovers offensively that have hurt us, and defensively we haven't been able to get off the field on third down as much as we would like. But in terms of being focused, I think the guys are focused. I know this is a big week; it's homecoming, but they're going to go out and hopefully play, and hopefully offensively we won't turn the ball over, and we'll be able to manage the game from the quarterback position. We have to be able to manage the game. That's the thing that has hurt us thus far. I mean, when you take a look at the stats in terms of the amount of passing yardage Dre Joseph has and the amount of touchdowns that he's thrown this year, he's well beyond where he was in playing just 9 ball games. But that interception ball has hurt us. It's really gotten the best of us thus far. But we've had 2 weeks between games, so hopefully we're done throwing interceptions.
Were the quarterbacks the biggest positions you want to see the most improvement from during this bye week, or is there another position?
Well, with those guys, you can't tell during the bye week. The only time you can tell is when we play the game, because they have to manage the game. Where we wanted to see the most improvement was guys that were in the training room, to be perfectly honest, this week, to see how they will be able to come back and practice this week, and also hopefully play in the game on Saturday.
Coach, how long did it take you to make the decision to put Cantu in to kick the extra point at the very end? Did you wrestle with that decision at all, or you just went with it?
I wrestled with it. I didn't even think about it when we missed the. I think we missed the PAT first, or the field goal. I don't know which, but we missed both of those things, and I just said we can't keep going this way. We can't keep going this way. And the problem was, we had the same problem in practice. Our left defensive end allowed the guy to come straight inside. And we corrected it in practice. But we got it blocked in practice as well. So, but then when we showed the guy what he was doing, he corrected it and we were okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to correct him in the game. He's just got to know how to get it done, and Manny really didn't have a chance.
Will Manny or Matt kick extra points?
I don't know right now. Is it okay to say I don't know right now? Okay, I'm going to say right now I don't know. They're going to go out and they're going to practice, and hopefully the guy that has the best week of practice kicking PATs and field goals will be the guy. I'm not giving up on either one of those guys, but at that particular point in time, I did what I thought I needed to do in order for us to tie that ball game. Unfortunately, my wing allowed the guy to come straight through, and Manny Bowen never had a chance.
Did you think about going for the 2, or you knew you were going for the PAT?
I thought about going for the 2 for a second. That was it. I just knew we were gonna make the PAT to tie the ball game up. The last thing I wanted to do was have those guys play the way they played, drive the ball the way they drive, and I made the decision to take it out of their hands, not to allow them an opportunity to at least go into overtime and then fight the battle, see who gets the ball, all the things that goes along with going into overtime. The only problem is, I assumed the PAT was going to be good.
This team getting closer and closer. Dre laid it down there and had a nice touchdown pass right there. What did you think about him, his leadership in that last drive?
Well, what game was that? That was game number 7 for us. In 6 other games, I never saw any excitement out of Dre. Never saw any. But Dre played better last year, even as a backup. But now all of a sudden, he get in the ball game, and because he's not starting, this is just how I see it. Now he threw a touchdown pass. He's excited about it. You should always be excited about it. You should always be excited about it because those are the type of things that he can do. I thought he managed the ball game better. But you don't ever worry about who's behind you, and you don't worry about being the starter because you control how long you're going to be there. So there should be no pressure. Just go out and do what you got to do. And I thought he played magnificent as the number 2 guy. He knew he was going to play, just like he knows JP is going to play. So it doesn't matter whether you're starting or whether you're coming in late, just get the job done.
As both quarterbacks are getting evaluated this week, what would be the deciding factor as to who will start the game?
There's really not a whole lot. JP, I thought played well. I thought he played well. He threw one interception. The one interception that he was totally responsible for. The first one in the third quarter, the ball went through the receiver's hand, and he popped it up to the defender's hand. I thought he put some balls in there where some other quarterbacks they wouldn't do it. But we had chances at some great catches, and that's all you can do is give the receiver an opportunity to catch the ball. So I wasn't disappointed in his play. Only the one throw I was disappointed in because I thought he kind of forced that. Should have gone to the other side as opposed to the side he went to.
Do you continue to focus more on the run or use the passing game to move the chain?
Well, I thought, and I know, we're running the ball much better. I was pleased with Sylvester Nzikwe's performance in the Prairie View game. And I just thought he rushed for over 100 yards that game. Going into the Pine Bluff game, I knew we could run the ball against those guys. And in Nzikwe's first fumble, he picked up 7 yards. His second fumble, he ended up, I think it was blocked well enough for him to pick up another 5 or 6 yards. Unfortunately, something we hadn't had from the running back position creeped up on us, fumbles. And if you know Nzikwe, he's just the type of guy who feels miserable. I know the Jaguar Nation feels miserable. I felt sorry for the young man, but he's just a quiet young man. Trust me, he feels bad. And I called him to my office and I said, Sylvester, listen, I understand you didn't mean to fumble, but it happened. It happened to the best. As a matter of fact, I knew I could catch punts. I had 102 punts caught, which is still an NFL record, before I ever fair caught. It should have been 101. I wish I would have fair caught 102, trust me, because I got my sternum broke. But there was a game where I had 4 fumbles. 4 fumbles on punt return. I said, now, look, I'm not saying it's okay to fumble 2 times. I don't ever want you to fumble, but you can't let it get you down. You can't. That wasn't the sole purpose. We lost that game, and so that bug happened to us. Unfortunately, this is a team with talented young men, and I expect them to go out. Those that will be playing to play hard, and I just hope the guys that are going to get an opportunity to play are as excited about that opportunity as I am for them.
Any more questions for Coach Mitchell?